What is digital currency? Is it different than cryptocurrencies? Will digital currencies eventually bring about a cashless society? How would you like to win a 1922 silver dollar? All of these answers will be brought to you in just a few seconds here. Hi, welcome to Financially Intact. Making money is easy, keeping it is the hard part. The channel dedicated to helping you keep your money in your pockets. If you like what we say and do here, please hit the subscribe and like buttons. So, is there a difference between digital currencies and cryptocurrencies? Right now, that answer would be no. But in the near future, the very near future, that answer is going to be yes, and it's going to be a gigantic difference. There's going to be a huge difference between the two. Cryptocurrencies are not backed by any government or other legal organization, whereas a few big global companies and some of the governments are now considering digital currencies. As a matter of fact, China has put out a digital currency, and they literally gave away 10 million yuan, dollars, the Chinese dollars, into part of their society to try it as a test to make sure it's going to work as it should. But let's get back to the basics first. Actually, digital currency is already here and has been for quite some time, and I'm about to prove that to you right now. Let's start by finding the actual definition of a digital currency. So this is Investopedia's website. And they say digital currency is a form of currency that is available only in digital or in electronic form and not in physical form. It is also called digital money, electronic currency, or cyber cash. The key takeaways, which are really important here, is digital currencies are currencies that are only accessible with computers or mobile phones, as they only exist in electronic form. 2. Since digital currencies require no intermediary, they are often the cheapest method of trade or currencies, or trade currencies. We'll get to that because I kind of disagree with that one. All cryptocurrencies are digital currencies, but not all digital currencies are crypto. Digital currencies are stable and are traded with the markets, whereas cryptocurrencies are traded via consumer sentiment and psychological triggers in price movement. And that's where I was saying that there's going to be, as digital currencies come into existence, there's going to be a huge difference between what a cryptocurrency is and a digital currency. And there it is right there. The one will be stable and the other will be nowhere near stable, as it's already proven to be that case. So when we go on from there, I want to show you this. And this is where my proof comes in that we're basically already living in a digital currency type environment. When you look at this website is the U.S. Federal Reserve's website. And on their website they show us, I hope you can see this okay, let me zoom in a little bit more here. It tells you that as of September 9th, 2020, the total U.S. notes, now that means all the paper money, so that's all your $5 bills, your $20 bills, your dollar bills, your $100 bills, whatever. The total of all the U.S. notes in circulation at the time is $1.98 trillion. So remember that, $1.98 trillion is all the printed money that exists at the moment. Okay? If you go to look at how much money is sitting in the banks, you're going to find, and this is a website called Y-Charts. You go to their website and they tell you that bank deposits total $16.96 trillion. That's right in here as of June 30th. And of course the other one was September. So there's going to be a minor difference there, but as you can see, it's always been a much bigger number of the money in the banks. So that means there's a lot more money deposited in banks than there is actually cash floating around. So the difference is backed by the full faith in the U.S. government and, of course, other government assets such as gold and silver and the ability to tax people on that. So, but as you can see, there is nowhere near the amount of cash, printed cash, that there is money in the bank. And we're going to get into that discussion in a future video when I start talking about a cashless society. So now you take into consideration such things as tax refunds, welfare benefits. The government does not put actual cash into your account or onto the debit card. They basically give credits which you can pass on to somebody else as payment for something else. So see, this is basically digital currency, because the currency, the cash in and of itself does not exist. The promise to pay or trade these credits does. And that's no different than basically what a digital currency is going to be. It's a little funny to me that those who promote crypto currencies, some of the values that they give to it of why you should be dealing in cryptocurrencies. One of them, of course, is there's no exchange fees. In other words, from US dollars to Deutschmark or vice versa or any other currency. And there's no bank fees because there's no banks involved. Number two, they like to talk about how private it is and how untraceable it is. And that's why people want to use or should be using cryptocurrencies according to them. And number three, that they like to promote that it's accepted by thousands of companies, thousands of individuals. But when you stop and think about it, we already have a product that has no fees, totally untraceable in most cases, and it's accepted everywhere around the world, and that is cash. So a lot of the things that they're talking about, we already have in the form of cash. There's the others with the foreign exchange fees, I get that. And so there are some good points, especially to a digital currency as compared to a cryptocurrency. So as far as the rest of it's concerned, you know, we have another product and it does have fees, but we don't actually pay them. The merchants pay those. And instead of being untraceable, it's totally trackable, and maybe that's good because, you know, for one, it gives you a receipt. It makes it refundable. You know, if something doesn't go right, if the person who you bought something from doesn't live up to their end of the bargain, then you can go and get your money back. And so, also this other product is accepted not just online through your computer or your cell phone, but also in person. And once again, it is used anywhere and everywhere around the world. And that, of course, is your charge cards, so your MasterCard and your Visa cards. So a lot of the attributes that they're given to cryptocurrencies, we already have, and we have had them in use for quite some time. And up until now, they have worked pretty well. So here is my take and opinion on crypto and digital currencies. Digital currencies that are backed by governments, I'll be okay with that because that's basically where we already are anyway, as I just explained with the dollar bills. So cryptocurrencies, on the other hand, I don't like them. I have a big problem with them. They actually cannot work for the main reason that they were invented on a finite amount. For example, Bitcoin, according to blockgeeks.com, has a cap of 21 million. That's all the coins they can have, is those 21 million. Now they can split those into pieces of coins, but nevertheless, 21 million, it's a finite amount. Cryptocurrencies still have to go through a clearing process of some sort, some kind of security check. So, in other words, what their clearing process looks like is it looks at, okay, here's customer A, and customer A wants to send part of their credits over to customer B for whatever reason. It does not matter. And so the clearing process looks at customer A and sees, okay, here's customer A. It looks like it's customer A. They do have an account. They do have enough credits in their account. We can transfer these credits over to customer B. So now they're going to look at customer B and they're going to say, okay, here is customer B. He does exist. He does have an account and it does accept this kind of currency, so we can go ahead and make this transaction. Notice there is no mention of them checking to make sure that customer B fulfilled his promise to customer A and gave him what he was supposed to get. And worst part about, since it's non-trackable, we have no idea who customer A or B actually are, as A and B don't know each other. They have to totally trust on the clearing process that it is a legitimate person, but they'll never have that person's ID, so they couldn't go and file a complaint if they wanted to. It just doesn't exist. So the clearing process is done quite securely. I will give them this on digital or cryptocurrencies. For their clearing process, they use a thing that is called blockchain. And I'm going to explain that to you right now. It's a little on the simplified, it's a tough subject, but I'm going to give you a simple, quick version of it, and hopefully it will be enough to do the job. So this is a very basic, fundamental explanation, and I hope it suffices for you. So blockchain works like this. Every one of these blocks has data in it, of course. Now before this one can be verified, before the information that goes in here can be verified, it means that these two are verified. It looks back 2 blocks to make sure that this information is intact and correct, and this information is intact and correct. If that is true, then the data in this box here becomes verified. Now we could have a different channel coming off of this, and it could come down here. As you can see, these are the blocks, these are the chains, and basically where the name blockchain came from. So on this one, if somebody's trying to put data in here before it can be verified, they're going to look and make sure this one's been verified and this one's been verified. If it has, then this one is assumed also correct and it gets verified. This one, of course, is going to go here and here. So now if somebody went and tried to change the data in this box, what happens is it broke the chain. And so now this box is no longer verified, nor is this box any longer verified. They instantly know they have a problem and they have to get back into this box, figure out what happened here or who tried to break into it and change things around. And this is why it is so secure, because nothing else can happen from here on out now until this is fixed. Once it's fixed, then everything comes back in line. So that's why blockchain is so secure, and that's, like I said, it's the very simple, very quick explanation, but I hope it suffices in this case. So blockchain is actually quite good. That's the great part about crypto or digital currencies, is that eventually came along and is a very secure system for securing data and knowing when data has been breached and knowing very quickly that it's been breached. Blockchain verification, however, takes a lot of computer power, an amazing amount of computer power. And so we have to have people out there who have that kind of computer power, plus understand the mathematical computations that go in to make sure that blockchain works. These people are called miners. I mentioned this before. For their important work, they are allowed to take a slice of each transaction as payment for their service. And here comes the problem with cryptocurrencies. Now remember, I said there is a fixed amount of crypto coins. So if the miners get to take a small slice out of every transaction, you know, this person trades with this person, they get a little bit. Every time that happens, they get a little bit. And there's a finite amount in there. Who eventually is going to end up with most, if not all of the money? The miners, of course, because they just keep taking it. Now, of course, they're going to spend a little bit, but on the average, they're going to end up with all of the cryptocurrency. Now they can sell it back into the system pretty much at any price they want, because it's a supply and demand. They have the supply and there's this large demand, they get to sell it for whatever they want. That's why a finite system cannot work as a currency system. If you go and you look back, we had the gold-backed dollars for a couple 100 years anyway. There was an unlimited supply of gold. They needed to create more dollars. They could just go and dig more gold out of the ground, and now they have the gold to back the dollar. But there was basically an unlimited supply. There still is to this day. Thousands of years ago, rice worked just fine and dandy because there's an unlimited supply of little pieces of rice. You know, there's billions, trillions, however many there is, but there's basically an unlimited supply of rice. And so it worked pretty well as a currency. Salt worked pretty well as a currency once upon a time, thousands of years ago, for the same reason. Unlimited supply. You could go mine more as compared to the difference of the miners of today. They can't mine more. They have a fixed amount that they are mining and taking a piece of. The other way, you actually went and mined more, and now you had more currency. So that is my take. This is just my opinion on crypto and digital currencies. Take it for what you will. I hope you did enjoy the video. I've done other videos on other financial matters. If you haven't already subscribed, I hope you will. Just hit the little subscribe button at the bottom, and then if you hit the bell, you'll get the notifications of when a new video has come up. We've already done them on gold and silver, and we just finished one about coin shortages. Whether or not that's actually a shortage, you might want to go see that one. And you're going to want to go see that one because the contest. How do you win this silver dollar right here? Are you going to win that? Well, you have to go watch the video where I said approximately how many pennies are minted every year. Approximately how many pennies are minted every year. Put it in the comments. Everybody who gets that answer right, we're going to put your name in a hat, and we're going to draw a name out of that hat on October 31st. On Halloween night, we're going to draw a name out of that hat, and whichever name we draw out is going to win the 1922 silver dollar. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share. We hope we're helping you to learn some things along the way, and we'll see you again real soon. Thank you.